and you'll know if this person actually wants your advice or your help, or if they're just seeking to pick on you, to try to create drama out of you. So treat yourself like your own best friend. And would you let your best friend be picked on? No. So don't let them pick on you. You can see through their games very clearly. So use that. These are your skills. These are your gifts that you can use to protect yourself, like you would protect your own best friend, right? Don't be afraid of that. That's your power. That's your strength. Hey, so that is for Virgo. Alright, so I have a few cards here. Some are relationship oracles, some is numerology, and the other one is the divine abundance. So we're going to start with the divine abundance. Grounded! Well, I suppose, in a full moon in Cancer reading, we would ask, that you remain as grounded as possible while all these emotions are going right through you. Okay? So it says, many of the most evolved beings on Earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. And that's how you be grounded. You stay in the present moment. You be grateful for what you have around you. And you just be. Just like anybody else, you just be. Okay, we're all human. We some of us may be into spiritual things, or it could be crystals, it could be readings, it could be mediumship, it could be a Reiki, it could be, anything that's in that realm of spiritually or metaphysically aligned, But regardless of all those interests, because we want to self-develop, we're still human, right? And humans need to be grounded. Okay, so we also need to be just like regular everyday folk too. Like there's a part of us that wants to have that sense that we belong to this whole collective called humanity. Getting grounded for ourselves individually is one way to become part of everything. Oh, and also I had a collective from my cards. It said for the whole collective as well. It says, through this time, use discernment, wisdom, and caution. You are the captain of your own boat. Okay? And for the Tower card that came out of it, it was the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is the card of options. So all of you have many options available to you. You choose a direction you want to go into, and then you'll start seeing the opportunities line up, and then you get to choose which one of these opportunities is for you. Okay? Now the next card for the divine abundance, your path. Isn't that interesting? Says, dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So basically, on the other side of fear is your path to happiness, to joy, to enlightenment, to a better living, to a more sustainable way of living for yourself, more stability. So this is like you're asking the universe, the divine. It doesn't matter what name you give. It could be to your higher self. And for those that are atheists but still listen to the randomness, the way it seems, the randomness and synchronicities that happen, because they're still trying to understand as well, I tell the atheist, believe in yourself, ask, because there's an inside part of you that knows everything about you. But we know how physically the brain is split and then is split. We have the left hemisphere, we got the right hemisphere, logic and creativity. We have the conscious and subconscious. So that would be what you are aware of, and what you're not aware of, that's part of you as well. So your higher self, your subconscious, would be the one that knows everything about you. Okay, so for atheists, I'd say believe in yourself on a higher vibrational level. Okay, so it still works either way. So this is for the Divine Abundance cards. And let's see what we have for the collective for... I was just talking about synchronicity. Be aware of signs and things, and it could be silly. It could be you're talking about... Oh, I went for a walk and we were heading to the beach. That was in the summer. Where I am in the northern hemisphere, there's snow right now and there's a storm going on. So, yeah, it's cold. And in the summer, I went to the beach and I was telling my friend, I said, you don't see much sea glass anymore, because a lot of people in the few years before that, they all had went and gathered sea glass for their arts and crafts. And so our local beaches, they didn't really have any sea glass. And so we walk into the trail and we arrive at the beach, and right in front of me, what is there? A piece of sea glass. And that was so synchronistic because we were just talking about it. And we walked that beach and there was no other sea glass. Well, that we could see at that moment. But it's just the fact that we just finished talking about it, and I was the one that was like, I'd like to see a piece of sea glass. And then all of a sudden it was there. So this was very synchronistic. It appears random, but it isn't, so be aware of these things. Be aware of what you say out loud. Some people talk and they don't even realize what they just said. So be aware who you are, and see what happens afterwards. Like, see these synchronicities line up for you. And the other one is forgiveness. For those of you that hurt you, forgiveness is not about telling the other that it's okay what they did to you. No. Forgiveness is about setting you free from the pain. It's another form of letting go as you forgive this. So once forgiveness it went through you and you forgive this, then those types of experiences will no longer come back in your life. Or they'll keep happening over and over until you learn what forgiveness is for you. Okay? And let's see for our relationship oracle. Well, look at that. Forgiveness. It says, the energy of forgiveness strengthens our capacity to let go of unwanted feelings and emotions. This is not, this is two different decks, and both of them. So there's a lot of us that if we want to walk into this time of plenty and abundance, regardless of how our outer reality looks like at the moment, if we want to experience that on an individual level, forgiveness is very important. Okay? So for this one, the number is 20. And for this one, the number is 96. 9 and 6 is 15, which equals 9 and 6 is 15, which equals a number 6. So number 6 is about harmony, and this one 2 is about duality. So I would say this would bring it, like, make forgiveness, like, bring harmony to yourself about your duality. Bring in the gap. Forgive yourself for all the things you didn't know yet. For all the things that you went through and you didn't know. And it could be also you hurt others. Like, at one point, each one of us knows what it is to be with a toxic person. But at one point, we were toxic too. So it's forgive yourself. We've been through both spectrum in our own individual experience. We've been through both spectrums of all the energies, all the different state of minds we can have, the highest highs, the lowest lows. So now it's about being in our middle and keeping that balance and going forward with that. And then we have surrender, letting go. Wow. So surrender, let go, forgive yourself, wait for the signs, see your path, and make it grounded. It says the energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. That is amazing. Wow, this was very synchronistic that two different cards had the same words. This is amazing. Well, this completes the reading for all 12 signs. I'll try to do a timestamp before I upload it. And I wish you all well. Please like, share, subscribe. Also, if you want to make a donation, you can. If you do, it's email transfer. Make sure your password is the word reading, and then I'll be able to accept it. I really appreciate your help at this time. And I wish you all well, and we'll see you on the next reading. This is Tina from Cosmic Turtles. I'll see you next time.